This is Herb from the Herb Swamp, and today we're going to be talking about the Morus Rubra. I've got a little surprise to show you guys. So we've got fruit, and it is October right now. Super weird, but I think the reason why is because mulberries have this thing where if you strip a limb, defoliate a limb, it will grow back and typically fruit, and a lot of varieties do this. Pretty surprised that this one's doing it, a true Morus Rubra. But it is a true Morus Rubra. Let's take a look at the bark. Let's confirm this. So as you can see, the bark is extremely pale. The leaves on the underside have that pubescence, if you can see it. The texture is consistent. The growth is much slower than a alba, but is very fast overall, which is definitely characteristic of a rubra. Typically, they don't grow quite as fast as the albas. Now this tree loves part shade. I think this is why it's doing so well, because when I got it, it looked horrible, it looked ratty. That's kind of why the leaves ended up coming off anyway. I had to repot it into a sandy loam mix, and this is what happened. In just about 2 months, it took off. So it's grown just about, let's see, you can see where the new growth starts right about right there. And that's probably a good 1.5 feet, I think. And I've got some cuttings going, which actually looks like they're taking. The cuttings themselves already have fruit on them, which is crazy. But anyway, so soil type, let's talk about that. So I have this Morus Rubra in a sandy loam, like I said, topped off with organic matter. I made sure that the organic matter stayed on the top of the soil surface because it can cause suffocation to the roots, which is something I talked about in my soil video. And as far as fruiting time, it's typically supposed to be in May or so, but like I said, this is an unusual event. As long as we don't have any early frost, I think I might have fruit maybe November, December, but it just depends on the weather. We could definitely get pretty cold here in Central Florida, Zone 9B. So, like I said, it's definitely loving the shade. As you can see there's an oak tree that shades it out. I'm also on a patio, so only half of the day is sun. So I'd say this plant probably gets about 4 hours of sun, and it's filtered sun at that, and it is fruiting. It is happy. The leaves look much better. It can tolerate the wet soil, which is great. Not a lot of my plants can do that, so that's great. If we ever were to flood here, this plant would definitely survive. So here is the Morus Rubra, and it may be going into dormancy soon. I think it might hold these fruits and then go dormant. So we'll see about that. I'll have an update for you guys. This is Herb from the Herb Swamp, Central Florida, Zone 9B.